Hello, Potato. Welcome to You Don't Have to Be Happy Hour. And you may have noticed a strange and disquieting metamorphosis to the void space here. That's because we're not in the void space, because the void space is kind of a space for one void. And today I am not alone. I am joined by a guest, my wife.
Hello.
And that's not an old joke at all, is it?
Nope.
Because we have something a little special. Now, of course, on this channel, we have to have a little storytelling before we get to the subject, and that is how we got to where we are. So we have been watching for a number of years now the original British version, well, not the original is like I think the 1950s, whatever, but the British version of Top Gear, not the current version with Joey from Friends, but the one with the guys that all got fired and went on to do the show The Grand Tour. And on that show is one Mr. James May, who does lots of other things. He's done like toy shows, and Amazon has done like Our Man in Japan. There was a cooking show called Oh Cook and a corresponding cookbook, which I may or may not have included in a video at some point a number of years back, probably during the end of the world, because I remember in that there was a lot of masks on that show because of that all going on at the time.
Yeah.
And now that the Grand Tour has ended once and for all, supposedly, he has branched out into other things, namely making alcohol, which is why today we're looking at cheese. Gin. James Gin. JG01 to be exact. Asian Parsnip. 40% alcohol by volume. There is actually another version of this called Navy Strength, which is I think 50-something%. I don't know if it's available in the US. I didn't find it, and frankly, I'm not in the Navy, so 40% is probably perfectly good for me. Now, just because this is gin by Captain Slow does not mean it is slow gin. It is Asian parsnip gin. And of course, Asian parsnips are not things that actually exist. So let's look at the back of the bottle to see if there's an explanation for why we have it called Asian parsnip. There is no such thing as an Asian parsnip. Parsnips do not grow in Asia and are unknown in that region's culinary canon. Rather, this gin combines the homely flavor of that most English of root vegetables and a punch of spices from India. It is a comfort and a thrill in equal measure and is officially acknowledged as a vital component of UK multiculturalism. The botanicals in it are parsnip, ginger, caraway seed, cubeb pepper, fenugreek, cardamom, gradins of paradise, licorice root, not sure how I feel about that one, sweet orange, juniper, angelica root, and coriander seeds. And it does say that you can share your honest opinion at Asian Parsnip is the best gin I ever tasted at jamesgin.com. So, yeah, there are a number of James Gins, this being, I guess, the first one. There's also London Drizzle. There's American Ram Stud, because apparently, for some reason, you can't call a gin mustard in the US. There's some sort of strange requirements to calling a thing mustard that I was completely unaware of. And then there's a new one they just announced, like literally like a week before recording this, they announced California Dream Gin, which I guess is mushroom flavored.
Yeah.
So we'll keep a lookout for all of those down the road. But today, we're going to start with the original, the only one we can find here in the US thus far. And we have looked in multiple places, Asian parsnip. So we're going to do a couple different things here. We're going to try the Asian parsnip on its own, get a feel for those flavors. And then we're going to make ourselves a couple cocktails. We're going to make the standard gin and tonic, the drink that is so vital and important that every species eventually makes a drink called it. And then we're going to make something called a Gin Alexander, because, you know, it's getting on to Christmas time, and this kind of felt a little Christmassy. So let's not delay anymore. Let's open up the James Gin. Open up the James. Where's the end of the... I kind of thought that would be open at the top. That's not open.
Nope.
Okay, this is... I guess this is how you make sure people don't steal it in the store. I need to... Oh, nope, there it goes. I was going to need to get a knife, but no, it's... Now, a better channel would have edited this out, but I didn't. That's why you're watching me struggle with... No, I take it back. I'm going to edit this out. I'm going to get a knife. Okay, I've got a knife. My Bravo Farms knife. Which means probably nothing to any of you. So we've got it almost open. Imagine if you tried to do this when you're already drunk.
Probably shouldn't try this at home.
There we go. We're in the gin. We're in the gin like Flynn. Or James gin. All right, let's pop the top cork, whatever. That was a good sound. Hopefully the mics pick that up. It does smell interesting.
Yep.
I guess that's the smell of parsnip, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it smells very much vegetable-y.
Yeah.
It smells not earthy exactly.
I was thinking a little bit of soapy.
I mean, well, some of the botanicals in there would explain that. But I want to say it does kind of smell vegetable-y to me. So let's pour ourselves a couple shots of it. Or partial shots. We probably don't need to have full shots. We're going to have more here in a moment. Of course, we have to have the spirits in our spirit glasses. Here's one for you. Here's one for me. Okay, smelling out of the shot glass, I'm definitely getting more of like the gin smell. Mm-hmm. I'm getting more of an alcohol flavor. It's very
strong.
Very antiseptic.
Yeah.
All right, let's try a little bit.
Wow.
You can't do that with gin. Try to do that thing where you suck it in and try to get the scent like you do with wine. You can't do that with gin.
Ooh, that's spicy.
It is. Yeah, I'm getting a little pepperiness there, which might also be the parsnip.
It's probably ginger too. And the pepper.
Was there ginger?
Yeah, there's ginger and pepper in it.
I mean, I only read it. Yeah, ginger. It's like second botanical on there, and then cubeb pepper.
Yeah.
Never heard of cubeb pepper. It's interesting.
It's not terrible.
I mean, one doesn't generally drink gin straight.
No.
Interesting. I don't really have a bunch of other gins around we can compare it to, so we'll have to take it on its own merits. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting flavor. Not bad per se. I mean, definitely, I'm not like, oh, I don't want to try any more James gins. But it's interesting.
The aftertaste is good.
Yeah. And of course, I'm getting that nice warm feeling down into my chest in like the lung area, even though obviously it's not in my lungs. That would be very bad. So let's make ourselves a cocktail now. Now, I have never had a gin and tonic. So I'm actually supposed to use a highball glass. I have a lowball glass. We're going to use that instead. I am going based on the recipe from liquor.com because I've never made one before. And that says to fill the glass with ice. So let's put some ice in our glass. And then it says to use 2 ounces of gin. So this is a 1 ounce jigger. We checked because it doesn't say on it. Just 1, and then 2. We didn't slice the lime.
Oh.
And now we need to stop because we forgot to get lime. So be right back again. All right, we're back now. We've solved the lime dilemma. It says to use 4 ounces of tonic water. Got ourselves some tonic water. I'm pretty sure this is an actual proper bottle cap. Now, I'm not going to bother measuring the tonic water because I actually don't think 4 ounces are going to fit in there. I'm just going to top the glass up with tonic water. Like so. This might be more of a 2 ounces of tonic water. Give it a gentle little stir. And then garnish with a pair of lime wheels. Not sure why it says to use a pair, but why not? And there we have the first ever in my life, first I've ever made, first I've ever drunk, gin and tonic, which And the tonic does say includes real quinine from Central Africa. Now, my understanding is the gin and tonic was actually invented because people needed quinine for a medical reason, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't remember what.
And like malaria drugs or something. I feel like it was something to do with malaria.
That makes sense.
I could be totally wrong. But the gin and tonic was created as a way to make tonic water, or the quinine in tonic water, more bearable to drink. So let's, that could be totally wrong. I may have just totally made that up or heard it on a television show and not know what I'm talking about, which would be very on brand for this channel. Let's give it a try, the gin and tonic with Asian parsnip. That's not bad. I think I get like a little fruitiness maybe. Mm-hmm. The tonic water definitely changes the flavor of the gin quite a bit.
It cuts the heat for sure, the spiciness.
I think also having that lime in your nose.
Yeah, I could taste.
Because you can
I could almost taste the lime, but I wasn't actually tasting it.
Well, some of the lime probably is leaching into the liquor a little bit, but I think because when you drink it, it's right by your nose. Mm-hmm. So you're getting that scent of the lime,
right,
in addition to the flavors of the gin. So I'm assuming that must be what the lime is there for. It's there so you get that, the scent affects the flavor. This probably would taste different if there wasn't lime scent in it.
That's not bad though.
I can see why the gin and tonic is gin and tonic. Hey, I've had like 2 shots of gin so far. I can see why the gin and tonic is a staple for alcoholics everywhere. So I'm gonna put that aside. We'll finish that a little later because we have one more cocktail to make, and that is the Gin Alexander. Now there's a problem with this recipe in that it is written entirely in milliliters, and everything I have is in ounces because I'm in the US and we are the last people that don't do milliliters or liters or metric anything. So we've kind of bodged together the stuff a little bit. So we need some ice into our shaker here. Just gonna kind of pour the rest of what we have in here. This doesn't seem like it's gonna be a very big drink. I probably don't need a glass as large as this. So it says we need 20 ounces of single cream, which again, that's not, I mean, we're kind of eyeballing it but that's, well, sorry, it says 20 milliliters of single cream. And I mean, that's 30 milliliters right there. So we're kind of eyeballing this, but there's our single cream. We need 40 milliliters of the gin. So that comes to be like something like 1.3 ounces. So I'm going to do a 1 ounce jigger and then the ½ ounce on the other side. And yeah, it's going to just be a little bit more alcohol than it's supposed to be. But at the same point, we'll put probably a little bit more cream than we're supposed to as well. And it gets better because I'm not going to measure the next item at all, which is 15 milliliters of chocolate syrup. I'm just going to kind of eyeball that. So that's like just on a squirt. It's probably more than enough, you think?
Probably.
All right, so everything's in there. It's in our shaker. It says to shake it for 30 seconds and then strain into glass.
What about the gin?
I put in the gin.
Oh, okay.
I put in 1.5. I put in one of each side of this.
Sorry.
It's gonna just be cream and chocolate. I mean, that'll be good too, but it definitely won't be a cocktail. All right, so 30 seconds, starting now. All right, I think that's 30. It's 30 for what we're doing anyways. Well, it's gotten a little frothy. Now, this said to use single cream, which is not a thing we really have in the US, so we are using half and half. That seems to be about the equivalent of what we can get here.
Ooh.
And
looks interesting.
But yeah, very small. This is a very small cocktail. I kind of thought maybe the ice was gonna add a little volume to it.
It probably did.
Now, to be fair, on their website, on the James Gin website, it shows this being served in a fancy stem glass, which I'm not using, which probably would make it look like there's more there than there is. But it does look like the picture. Now it says to finish it with a pinch of nutmeg to garnish. So we're gonna just grind a little bit of fresh nutmeg onto there. I'd say that's about a pinch, yeah?
Sure.
All right, so there is our Gin Alexander. Give it a sniff. I smell the gin. I don't really smell the chocolate.
I smell nutmeg.
I do smell nutmeg, yes. I think the nutmeg actually blends well with the gin, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's give it a sip.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's very strong on the gin.
Yeah.
The gin is definitely oh, I'm not holding the drink in front of the camera. The gin is definitely the dominant note here,
Yeah.
which makes sense. It's like, what, 2/3 of the volume of it?
Right.
I picked this because I thought the nutmeg and the the nutmeg and the look of it. You behave, Madam Leota. The nutmeg and the look of it, I think, felt a little Christmassy, and it is Christmas season. Yeah, we're not doing Christmas decorations here on our little portable void space, but it is Christmas time. This will probably come out during Christmas time, probably before Thanksgiving, maybe week of Thanksgiving. I don't know. But it's nice. It's a nice little cocktail. I definitely feel like I want to upsize it.
Yeah.
I want to double the portions of everything. I want to do, like 3 ounces of gin, maybe a full on, what do you think there? I don't know. I mean, 40 would have been double what it said to do. I think even a little bit more than that.
Probably.
And then maybe a little more chocolate, because I feel like the chocolate is nice. It's very, very, like at the back of it all, as far as I can taste.
Yeah.
Because it's there, but it's almost like an aftertaste. It comes up like while I'm talking, the aroma of the chocolate kind of fills my mouth.
Yeah.
More than the flavor of it when I'm drinking the drink. But it's a nice little drink. I've never had. I think this is an adopt or probably a bastardization of something else, like a brandy Alexander. I think is an actual drink.
Probably.
So I think this is kind of like a bastardization of that, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. And look, we've drunk a fair amount of the gin already. Couple shots, couple cocktails. Doesn't want to go back in. Guess that means it won't come out easily.
Yep.
So I made that nice pop noise. So yeah, that's James Gin Asian Parsnip. Is it the best gin you've ever tasted?
I don't know, because I've never had any other gin.
Right, I'm not a big gin aficionado. When I was younger, vodka was kind of more my thing. And I don't have a ton of experience with gin, but I don't dislike it. And I'm certainly not opposed to tracking down more of James Gin. Really, James Gin needs to make a slow gin. He's Captain Slow. You call it James Gin Captain Slow, S-L-O-E. The jokes write themselves, my man. So I do expect at some point we'll see some Captain Slow gin. I hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, Asian Parsnip is definitely interesting. It does make you want to check out that the London Drizzle.
Yeah.
Because that's both described as being like the taste of what wet pavement smells like, which
Right.
I find strangely intriguing. And even though I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, I'm down to try California Dream Gin when and if we do find it. But now we have a lot of alcohol left in glasses here that we need to finish drinking. So I think we will call this to an end. It's definitely more involved. You don't have to be happy hour than I normally do, but I feel like right now where we are, more drinking is probably well justified. And it's whatever you need to do to get yourself through the end of the week. Any final thoughts on our drinks today?
No.
Nope.
I liked the last one best.
The Gin Alexander.
Yeah.
See, I thought that just kind of looked interesting, and I do think it looks interesting. It clearly needs a much smaller glass for the measurements on the James Gin website. Mm-hmm. I definitely see why the gin and tonic is a popular beverage around Europe. I suppose around the world, places where gin are drank. Gin or drink? Gins are drank or gin is drank. You can choose which one you want to use. Places where gin is imbibed, I can see why the gin and tonic is an important part of that. So yeah, we're going to finish our cocktails. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. Have you tried James Gin. I've tried the other James Gins. Let me know in the comment what you think of the Asian Parsnip, what you think of the other ones if you've had a chance to try them, if you found them. I know some of them exist in the US. I know that when James May was doing his little tour in Southern California, before the revealing of California Dream Gin, he had the Ram Stud and he had the London Drizzle at the signings he was doing. So I know they are available in the US. We just need to find them. But yeah, if you found them, if you tried them, let me know what you think about them in the comments. But I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bottoms up.